Доброго дня.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. We're glad to see you at the Ukrainian Crisis Media Center today on the 8th of March. First of all, I would like to congratulate all the women on the International Women's Day and wish them health, happiness, and peaceful skies at this time so complicated and difficult for Ukraine. Women do not only take care of us, they also are engaged in combat action in the Antiterrorist Operation zone, and they are a component in the Ukrainian military units. Yesterday, the President of Ukraine, Petro Poroshenko, has bestowed state awards on women who are military service persons, and we today invited Senior Sergeant Yulia Tikhonova, who is a medical sister of the main military clinical hospital of the Ministry of Defense of Ukraine, who was awarded with a medal to the Defender of Motherland. And first the floor goes to Andriy Lysenko, Colonel and spokesperson for the Antiterrorist Operation. Good afternoon, dear colleagues. In the zone of Antiterrorist Operation along the entire demarcation line, in general, there is a fulfillment of the Minsk agreements, and during this night, the intensity of provocative shellings by gunmen of the Ukrainian positions has decreased significantly. At the same time, the shelling and firing at the positions of the units of the Antiterrorist Operation forces continues in the vicinity of settlements Luhansk, Avdiivka, Opytne, Pisky, and Shirokine. The gunmen, the militants, are mostly using small firearms, mortars, and grenade launchers once they hit with artillery fire the city of Avdiivka. Also, the illegal armed formations are actively engaged in training their forces, amassing resources, and restoring their technical capacity. In Donetsk sector, we see the amassing of military machinery and terrorists, and the heavy machinery remains in Donetsk, Makiyivka, Zhdanivka, and Kharkiv. Over the last 24 hours, 1 Ukrainian military died and 3 got wounded. The Russian terrorist troops are making their air reconnaissance more active. Over the last 24 hours, 18 drones were detected in Luhansk, Donetsk, Artemis, Kramatorsk, and Mariupol sectors. From midnight to 8 a.m., the Ukrainian bodyguards have detected 8 flights of drones in Mariupol sector. The situation in the settlements that border on the Antiterrorist Operation zone remains complicated because the supply systems are destroyed and put out of order. At the same time, the Ukrainian rescuers and communal services are constantly engaged in repair and restoration works. The Ukrainian army units are actively training and perfecting their skills. In Zhytomyr region, the military servicemen, the mobilized Ukrainian servicemen who were involved, who were mobilized to the highly mobile commander forces, were jumping with parachuting from helicopters Mi-8 from 800 meters height. It is planned that within the designated time, all the fighters who were mobilized to the airborne troops will parachute in training. Also, women who are in the airborne forces were engaged in those training jumps, And in Zhytomyr region, the instructors group of medical and sanitary battalion has gone through specialized training according to the TechMed system with the military medics of the armed forces of Ukraine. Ukrainian and American instructors with doctors on military service for 5 days have learned and practically trained in the training system on 2 levels, a rank and file soldier and combat medican. The rotation of Ukrainian military servicemen is continuing. Yesterday night, from the east of Ukraine, 35 fighters of the National Guards of Ukraine who are deployed in Ternopil came back home. The National Guardsmen for over 2 months were protecting public order, special objects, road checkpoints in the east of Ukraine. They were patrolling settlements and helping local residents. Although the guys had to be on the front line and they took part in combat action. They admit that it was not easy for them. They were shelled and fired at more than once, and dangerous situations were happening almost every day. The Ukrainian military in the Antiterrorist Operation zone have congratulated women with the 8th of March. And now you can see those congratulations and greetings. For a year, I have been protecting the borders of our state, and I personally and the entire military forces are grateful to our mothers and sisters and wives for the fact that they are waiting for us. Leonid is a military medic. He is also congratulating the women, saying that they're now Ruslan, on behalf of the 95th Separate Air Mobile Brigade, wishes all the best, and he also greets his mother and his girlfriend Natasha. Alexander is from Kherson and also greets the women and wishes them happiness, good and peaceful skies. Vadim from Sumy congratulates all mothers, wives, grandmothers, and he also greets his Lori, who bears women's name. Nikita from Zhytomyr says, smile more. And he especially greets his mother, his sister, and his niece. Mikhailo from the city of Radomyshl says that the guys will come back home with, thank you. The President of the Ukraine, on the occasion of the 8th of March, has awarded the Ukrainian women. He gave the high military awards to women who protect freedom and independence of Ukraine, in particular volunteers, medics, rescuers, and law enforcers. He emphasized the important role of women and their participation in the defense of Ukraine. He said that those military units where there are women display a bigger level, a high level of discipline and efficiency, and the military are better holding defense and go into offensive more bravely. He thanked everyone, and today we have one of the Ukrainian women who are engaged in the defense effort, Yulia Tikhonova. She is a medical sister of the Chief Military Clinical Hospital of the Ministry of Defense of Ukraine. So the floor goes to her. Good afternoon. As we are now celebrating a festive day, I am represented women, and I also want to congratulate especially those women who are in the anti-terrorist operation zone. I wish them courage and patience in their complicated life and deeds. I also want to congratulate women whose brothers and husbands and sons and fathers are in the anti-terrorist operation zone. I want to wish you patience. You are very happy because you have heroes in your families, and you can be proud of this. How long have you been in the anti-terrorist operation zone? When did you come back, and what has impressed you most there? I was there in December and half of January, 38 days. I am a professional military service person. I've been for almost 18 years in the ranks of the Ukrainian Armed Forces and the Chief Military Clinical Hospital. I went there and I wasn't scared. It was scary to leave my family here. I have a small child. This was the scariest thing for me. And you know, when you come there, the fright goes away. There are a lot of courageous and helpful people there who help you, and the fear goes away. I was very happy that I was able to go there and to make my own contribution into what is happening there in the times that are not easy for our country. And what can you tell us about the military servicemen who are there? I am very proud of them. I was in the mobile hospital number 59, and the work there was so well organized. It was so clearly organized, you know, like one mechanism, well-oiled mechanism, and the atmosphere of respect. You've come to help us. Thank you very much. And I want to tell you that I think that there's outside of the zone of anti-terrorist operation, the work is not so well organized as there, where everybody does their own work. And you know, if there are wounded people, then everybody is like working like one. I was very much impressed when yesterday I saw 3 of my girls who were with me there, and they were also given state awards. They went to visit their families today, and they couldn't come here. Thank you, Yulia. Any other questions from the journalists that are here? Thank you. We thank you again. We congratulate you again on the Women's Day, and we have some questions to Colonel Lysenko. Could you tell us how many shellings and firings there was last day over the last 24 hours? And has Ukraine completed the withdrawal of heavy armaments? Yes, we have finished the 4th stage. We have withdrawn 100 millimeter anti-tank cannons, Rapira and Rupata, also the systems of multiple rocket launching Grad and Uragan, and we redeployed all these armaments into the designated locations under the supervision and with presence of the OEC monitors. The entire process was happening in an open manner, and both Ukrainian and foreign journalists could see this. As far as shellings and firings are concerned, there were 3 shellings from midnight to 8 a.m. and 28 shellings and firings over the last 24 hours. Regrettably, we see the intensification of sniper groups, and the guy who was killed, the Ukrainian serviceman, he has died because of the sniper fire. Again, all the best to our women, and let your husbands and other dear people come back home alive and undamaged. Thank you very much.